Dear all students, I'm glad to give you some description on what is called debate and how do we do this debates. Let's have some information on the topic debates, right? Yeah. So let us have some introduction accordingly. A well-structured argument is called a debate. Two sides speak alternately for and against on a particular argument, usually based on a topical issue. Unlike the argument you might have with your family or friends, however, each person is allocated a time they are allowed to speak for, and any interjections are carefully controlled. The subject of the dispute is often pre-arranged, so you may find yourself having to support opinions with which you do not normally agree, right? Now let us have some important features of a debate. Firstly, maintain consistency by not drifting from one idea to another, right? Secondly, the argument that is put forth should have logical consistency and not create any doubt in others. Thirdly, give factual evidence, always present examples, proofs, statistics that gives strength to your argument. And finally, effective presentation of your points. Now, what are the rules in terms of participating in debate? Now, let us have some information as rules. Right. Know the format of the debate and your role well in advance. Right. Proper time management is quite important. Thirdly, due respect has to be paid to the judges. Fourthly, or lastly, the participants are expected to follow the rules and guidelines. Right. And let us have some rebuttal. Rebuttal involves criticizing the stand taken by the opposing team and providing that their arguments are unsound. You can make a quick notes while the opposite team members are speaking so that you remember to address these issues in your point of view. Right. In terms of participating in debating, you also can use some nonverbal and paraverbal communication indeed. Right. Appearance make a good first impression. Formal and decent clothing is advisable. Secondly, maintaining a good posture is really very important. Thirdly, have an appropriate facial expressions. And lastly, maintain proper eye contact with everyone but do not stare at some extent. Right. Now, vocabulary plays a unique role in terms of debates, right? How to use this vocabulary? Let us see. When you start saying something or contributing to a conversation, now you can start the words like this. First of all, right, I would like to say, I'm glad to state that, to begin with, in this first line or in this regard, etc. Next. So if you want to say I think always seems to be a repeated word. So in order to break a monotony, you also can say that the following manner, right? I would say, or I think, and of course in my opinion, to my mind, okay, I am of the opinion that, like this you can write. When you want to stress your personal opinions in your debate, so you also can use the following words, right? Personally, I feel or I think, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as myself is concerned, as I take into consideration, as far as I can see, or so far my knowledge goes. like. Next. When you want to add something, right? When you are doing something, we always feel it could be added, etc. In such a case, you can use the following words or phrases. In addition, right? Moreover, furthermore, finally, etc. This is how we can add some extra consistency for what you say, for what you argue for, right? Next. Now let us have some general phrases when you are in debate. In other words, of course, in this respect or in this regard or to a certain extent, right? In brief, to cut a long story short, put it in a nutshell, or let me put this in this way. Just like you can use these phrases to make the difference.